Fanspeak, where the plan runs deep. The team grind hard, don't eat, don't sleep. From best ball dreams to DFS streaks, they help you print money every single week. Fanspeak. No cap, no gimmicks, we breaking limits. NFL bets, yeah, we live this business. Meg and Steve, that OG vision. Draft room killers on a lifelong mission. More stress to the Sunday spread. Fanspeak's that voice that's inside your head. Best ball, DFS, NFL bets. They built it brick by brick, no regrets. Fanspeak. Fanspeak team, printing money since day one. Fanspeak, forever.
Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and a very, very special episode of Friends of Basketball. Happy Friday, happy Independence Day Eve. Our nation's 250th birthday is tomorrow, but we're still drafting best ball drafts today. And I have not just a friend of basketball, but one of my favorite friends in all the world, my dad. Dad, you're WillyPops in the street, but you're dad to me. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Not sure how this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot.
Well, the fans have been asking for you. Mike Robb, the people have been wanting to see WillyPops. They want to see Debbers too.
Is it the fans or has it just been Mike Robb?
It could just be Mike Robb, but I think it's the fans. The fans want to meet the Mama and Papa Shoup. We're going to get Mama Shoup on too eventually. But Papa Shoup is joining me today, and we are very grateful. You were going to join me on the 24-hour live stream, but you had a terrible cold. Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad. So, but we got you here today. And yeah, it was going to be hard to schedule somebody else on, the Independence Day Eve. So my wonderful father is joining me, and you truly are one of my,
for me. Yeah.
Yes, you are truly one of my favorite people in the world and a friend of basketball. So let me say hi to the chat first. Then we are going to do a spin on this or that. Then we'll get to know a little bit about how you got into basketball with your two Degen kids. And then stay tuned. We're getting into a BBM7 draft. Dad and I are drafting a BBM7 together. And then I will stay and do a Frenchie marathon because, as we know, I love the marathon streets, and I'm very, very excited about that. So let me say hi to chat first. Mike Robb was giving me a hard time of cutting Steve and Mom out. Of course, we got Money Ain't a Thing. Good to see you. Brett Nichols, good morning. Good morning to you. Hallion, great to see you. Hartman, nice and blunt. Great to see everybody. My brother, your son, Steve, how's it going? This is very sweet. Thank you, Mr. Shoup, for creating amazing siblings. That is very sweet. And Jamie's the one who does our music intro. Now, Mike Robb, this is a show of the summer. Thank you, Mike. So look at you're getting super chats in here.
Wow. Yeah.
And Mom and Papa Shoup, would you not agree that you love Mike Robb's hysterical comments?
Oh, he's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. Coolers is pretty damn funny too. So
you got a few of them who are footed, so. Exactly.
But show of the summer for sure. Thank you, Mike Robb, for the super chat. We appreciate you as always. As you're coming in here, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the Fanspeak Network. Basketball shows every single weekday. We're not even stopping on Independence Eve. Every single weekday, and then YouTube member shows on Sundays. And then it keeps rolling, of course, the in-season content. So I'll just put this up. Link here in the chat. Link in the description. Our Substack is less than $30 a year-round content for basketball, Underdog dailies, DFS, NFL bets, less than 30 a year, plus a 400-plus page basketball guide. Link there. And we're going to get to it. WillyPops maybe badgeless, but he's dangerous because he uses his kids' rankings. Is that not true?
That's right.
Exactly. Right. So use that link to use his kids' rankings, and you can be badge or badgeless and dangerous as well. But here's what we're going to do.
Sometimes I phone a friend too.
Yeah. Yes, but you use our rankings and you've had success, and we will get to that in a minute. But first, a fun game. Shout out to our guy, Andrew, who does the this or that game. I've totally copied it. But we're not asking about pancakes or waffles today, Dad. We are going to do, the answer will be Meg or Steve. So the answer is Meg or Steve. And the question will be most likely to. And so I'll give, most likely to do something. And your answer will then be Meg or Steve. But yes, happy holiday weekend to everybody, and happy holiday weekend to you, Coolers. Appreciate seeing you in here. Okay, so again, the answer is one of your two kids, or it could be both. Meg or Steve. So Well, this is just like 15, 16 questions. Just having fun here. Most likely to make you laugh.
Steve.
Yeah, I've told people Steve is funny. He doesn't show it enough on camera. Steve is funny as shit. Yeah, he is really funny. Most likely to plan a family reunion.
That would be you.
Yes. Most likely to sleep through an alarm.
Again, you.
Steve said this could go bad for me. Steve says most likely to draft a Steeler. Do you have an answer for that one?
Well, yeah, it's got to be you.
Okay. Okay. So most likely to sleep through alarm is me. Most likely to keep a secret.
Steve.
Yeah. He's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely to call their parents every day.
Oh, that one's you, hands down.
Most likely to have the highest screen time.
Steve.
Yeah. He likes playing a lot of games on his phone.
Yeah.
Most likely to take a week to reply to a text.
That's Steve.
Steve. Most likely to ask a ton of questions.
You. Definitely.
Yes. I definitely ask a ton of questions.
That's how I got interested in the Redskins and the Commanders. Yeah.
Exactly. You can say Redskins. We'll talk about that in a minute. I asked a lot of questions. I was an adorable little 4-year-old asking a lot of questions. Okay. I was most likely to ask a lot of questions. Most likely to give the best advice.
Both of you do.
I'm more bossy about my advice.
Yeah, it depends what it's about, but I rely on you guys for a lot of things.
Okay, so both is advice. I'm just bossier doing it. Most likely to binge watch shows on Netflix.
Steve.
Yeah, he's watched them all. Most likely to complain.
That would be you.
Hey, we're not. I didn't shy away from the ones that I know or me. Most likely to not read work emails.
That would be Steve.
Yes. Most likely to have a worse hangover.
I'm looking at her.
Hey, but I will say, I shout out to Cheers on Amazon. That helps me. Would not touch alcohol in my 40s without Cheers. Most likely to have a sarcastic comment.
Sarcastic? Steve.
Yeah. Again, he's funny as shit. And finally, most likely to have tech issues.
Oh, yeah. Looking at her again.
Okay, we got a couple of ones in the chat. Charles, which by the way, Charles, I saw you on Chad Candle stream. Loved it. Your life depended on it. Meg or Steve's ranks. I mean, that's going to be tough. But
if Meg's not watching, it's Steve.
That's totally fine. Most likely to boss around a sibling who might be named Steve. That's a good one, Coolers.
Charles, we've all seen it all on these shows.
Yeah, we've all seen it. And Cooler says, random question. I know. Brett, did I miss a question from you? We good to see Brett in chat. If I missed a question from you, feel free to drop it in. I might have missed it. Goey Z Cards said, if you had to choose one, Scatabo or Rogers Stack, those are two of mine.
Yeah. I'm not as in on Rogers, I don't think, as you, but I know I shouldn't have said that.
Willie.
I'd pick Scatabo Stack.
Okay. Brett, good to see you, my friend. Any other funny this or that for Willie, I will ask him. But now down, I'd want to, how you got into best ball is really just being a diehard sports fan. But what I've sometimes mentioned on the show before is you actually, you and Mom both grew up in Western Pennsylvania. Shout out Western PA, Yinzers. You grew up a diehard Steelers fan. So you, diehard Steelers fan to a Washington fan. Growing up, like you were a Steelers fan, like even as a kid, even when you could like only listen to it on radio. And then didn't you say only home games were broadcast back then?
Yeah, when I was a kid, they would only televise the home games. And then, I mean, the away games.
Okay, home games were not televised.
But the home games were not televised. So, I'd be there with my little transistor radio,
That's
listening
awesome.
to the games. Yeah.
Yeah. And Pap, our grandfather, was a diehard fan. So Steelers obviously got good when you became an adult, like in late high school, college.
Yeah.
You were at, and this is a fun fact, you were at the Immaculate reception game with Pap. First of all, for people that were born in like the 90s, 2000s, tell what it was like to go to a game back then, like what people wore and that kind of stuff. And then tell us some of your best memories of the Immaculate reception game.
Oh yeah. Well, back then it was a lot different. You didn't see anybody wearing any kind of team gear, team stuff. It was practically non-existent, I think. I mean, and back then, a lot of people would still get dressed up. The men would be in their overcoats and a fedora hat. Yeah. So
did Pap have a fedora on for the Immaculate? He had a fedora on, trench coat and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so the Immaculate reception, Franco Harris, happens. Tell the story of being there live. And you have a favorite story that I love of like just wailing on an old man, not realizing that you're going that nuts. But tell just what was happening as you think game's over and then Franco has the ball.
Yeah, well, where we were sitting, we had end zone seats, but it was not the end zone that Franco ended up running to. It was from behind. So we saw this all from behind, and it was actually a good viewpoint. And so when Bradshaw throws it, it's the last gasp, and it looks like it's deflected away. Right away, my dad started to get up, and I just grabbed him. I said, "Hold it, Franco's got the ball." And so, of course, Franco scores a touchdown, and the place turns into bedlam. It goes nuts, and people jumping up and down, yelling, screaming. I had this old guy. He must have been 80 years old. Probably was rooting for the Steelers from the 40s on. He was right next to me. I'm jumping up and down, and I start banging on his shoulder, and then I realized, I might hurt this guy. So I started apologizing. He looked at me and smiled, and he said, "That's okay, don't worry about it." And then he started beating on me. So it was kind of fun, but the place just went crazy. My friend who I got tickets through, he had season tickets. He was up in the upper deck. He said, and I don't think he was lying. He said some guy was so excited he threw his binoculars up in the air, and they went all the way down to lower level. So
hope it didn't hit anybody.
I don't know, but people were so crazy. If somebody got hit with a pair of binoculars, they probably didn't even feel it. It was that kind of electricity going through the stadium. It was great.
Have you ever been in a live game? Because you've been to plenty other live sporting events, including Redskins games, which we'll talk about in a minute. Have you ever been anything that remotely comes close?
Not remotely comes close. I had some exciting events, but nothing like that. No.
Yeah. Okay. So then, we've asked, why didn't you raise us Steelers fans? Well, because we would have an easier life as a fan. But, you come to the DC area in the late 70s, and then you have cute kids in the 80s. And was it your cute kids watching with you, or was it just Joe Gibbs and John Riggins and Joe Theismann and, all that got you into the Redskins? How did you get so hooked in the Redskins? Because obviously Steelers were insane in the 70s, weren't as good in the 80s. But you weren't really a bandwagon. It kind of just slowly happened as you were, because I have a picture. I don't think I have it in here of us at a Christmas tree farm, and you still have a Steelers hat on with Steve and I. So it kind of was like a slow roll into the 80s. When did you really feel like, oh no, I'm a Redskins fan?
Yeah. I kind of stuck with the Steelers when we first came down, but then, when you get there's a lot of Redskin content on the news and what have you. So, you started to pay more attention to them. And then when they hired Joe Gibbs,
Yeah.
There was just a feel, a buzz around him. And then so I started paying more attention to Redskin games, watching them. And then by that time I had this little 4 or 5 year old girl who would be sitting there with me, and after literally every play asked a question. Why did they do that? So it was
an adorable little girl.
We had fun doing it, and then so I got hooked on the Redskins because you got hooked on the Redskins, and
then Steve comes along and he's hooked on the Redskins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I blame it. I was so damn cute. This cute little blonde girl, so cute, asking questions. And one of the questions was, who asked the most questions? I've always asked a ton of questions. But I am, I'm close to both our parents, but definitely a daddy's girl that wanted to just hang out with my dad. And that's funny. I watched the Aaron Andrews, Krista Thompson podcast, and they say the same thing. The reason they got into football was they just wanted to sit and watch football with their dad. And that was truly it for me. So we became diehard Washington fans. We even had season tickets in the early 2000s for 16 years. So what was your favorite memory as a fan? Did you have a favorite game as a fan?
Probably. Well, the exciting game was that game when in 2012 when
we clinched to go to the playoffs.
Yeah. I had to beat Dallas the last game of the season, I think it was.
I'm listening. I just need to get a Rudy Kong.
Yeah. Okay. It was a really close game, and I just remember that. Redskins took the lead late, but Romo and the Cowboys got the ball back.
Yeah,
and you just knew he was going to drive them down for a winning field goal or touchdown, whatever they needed. So he ended up like on the second play from scrimmage. He threw a ball out into the flat. I don't know why, because the guy wasn't open.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the name of the linebacker.
I can't either. Defensive
who intercepted it, but that roar from that crowd was just immense, and it was really exciting.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite too. That and the time that Sean Taylor blocked that was just a regular season game, but that was another Dallas game. He blocked a kick and scooped it up himself.
Yeah, I think Troy Vincent blocked it.
Oh, Troy Vincent. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then Sean Taylor picked it up.
Yeah.
And he's running around, and he actually gained enough yardage, I think, to get him down into field goal range.
Yeah. No, that was exciting. And then we only had 2 home playoff games. It was the one that Griffin got injured. And then it was the You Like That game against the quarterback who I'm betting all my best ball on against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. And we went up. Remember that You Like That Kirk Cousins playoff game? We went up, and then Rodgers just let him back. And
that was good. Cousins let him to an early lead, and that was shortly after the You Like That game. So the fans were getting cocky, and and it was like, oops, this is Aaron Rodgers.
I have a You Like That towel somewhere, but of course I still have the You Like That shirt. Steelers to Washington. I've already told you and joked around that I want to go back to our Steelers roots this year. I am not impressed with Adam Peters. If IU comes to Washington, I am definitely out this year, but I am so into the Last Dance storyline with McCarthy and Rodgers. I might go back. I've asked you, have I not asked you to try to find your terrible towel?
You have, and I'll come up with it.
You're going to work on it. Raisin Better Why the Shop's the biggest bandwagon Steeler fans in the country. I mean, that's what I'm saying, Charles. I want to go back to the family roots. Like, my dad was at the Immaculate Reception game. I want to go back to the family roots and be a Steelers fan for the Last Dance this year. So that covers that. Now let's talk about one other fun thing that I don't know if people realize is Steve obviously covered the Senior Bowl for 9-10 years, 2012 to 2020. And you went down with them every year. Fun father-son trip. You would take pictures for us. So all those years of covering the Senior Bowl together with Steve, who was your favorite? I mean, because 2012, it was Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, it was quite the quarterbacks. Kellen Moore, who's now a coach. And then your last one was Justin Herbert, 2020. It was right before COVID happened. And it was the last one that you guys went to was Justin Herbert. Who was your, and if there's a couple, favorite quarterback you saw? Dak was in there. There were a lot of good ones.
Favorite quarterbacks.
Josh Allen was in there.
Josh Allen is what I was gonna say. I was just impressed with his size, his arm strength, and
you and Steve were both worried he'd have accuracy issues, which he did his first year.
Yeah, at first, but he got those ironed out.
Yeah, he got those ironed out. Okay, so Josh Allen was your favorite quarterback that you saw live down in Mobile, traveling with Steve to cover the Senior Bowl. Who was your favorite offensive player and defensive player? Not quarterback, offensive player. Was it Cooper Kupp? I mean, that was a sneaky one. And then defensive player.
Yeah, I would have to say it was Kupp. I just was so impressed with him. A guy coming from a smaller school. I know there was some hype about him going in, but I was just so impressed. He caught everything that was thrown near him, and his hands. He just looked like the real deal. And I guess I was just so impressed, and maybe part of that was because he was a smaller school guy.
Right.
He had all these, bigger name guys coming
schools,
from big schools, So.
And what about defense?
Defense would have to be Aaron Donald, I think.
Yeah.
The guy was.
It's unbelievable that you guys saw Aaron Donald up close.
Oh yeah.
And then was there, last question about the Senior Bowl, was there anybody? Yeah. Oh yeah. Was there anybody you were starstruck by? Because you see coaches on the sidelines, you're seeing like guys like John Elway on the sidelines. Yeah. I mean, I know I would have been fangirling, but Steve obviously stays Mr. Cool. Was there anybody you were starstruck by?
Well, I remember it was one of the first years, because you go to the Senior Bowl, you can be down on the sidelines if you're credentialed, but sometimes you just get up into the stands. There's that old Lad Peebles Stadium there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get up in the stands to watch or get a better viewpoint. And I remember towards the tail end of one practice, and this was early on, I was up kind of in the stands a few rows, and then practice was over. So and there's a lot of coaches and scouts and people up in the stands. So so it was starting to empty out, and right as I was going through the portal, whatever you call it, to go out the back runway, I hear this voice behind me, and it's just so familiar. And I said,
"Oh, I know.
I recognize." I turn around. It's old Jerry Jones.
Old Jerry Jones.
Right behind me is talking to somebody. So that was probably one that.
That's pretty cool.
Most starstruck on.
Charles asks, "Have you seen the videos of Steve drafting with Meg's drinks? Does that make you want to drink as well?"
I've seen them. No, I trust these guys. They know what they're talking about.
We got Disbanded Hood with the dot. Good to see you. Okay, then let's move to the best ball streets. About 2022, which was the year I had my first BBM finals. You started dabbling. You probably really got into best ball in 23 and have been playing more volume 23, 24, 25, and now 26. So I guess this is probably your, fourth or fifth year, but probably third or fourth, really. Wait, 23, 24, 25. Probably is actually the last two. So this is probably your third year of actually doing a lot more. You do use your kids' ranks. Our whole entire family, I don't know, I would call it, I shouted it out to Underdog when it happened, the first family of best ball. I don't know, because we all, mom,
Who else could there
Yeah,
be?
Mom, you, Steve, and me all had best ball finals. Of course, Steve had 16 best ball finals that year, but we all had a finals team the same year. That was awesome. They use their kids' ranks. So I'm going to use this as a segue for link in the description, link pinged in the chat. You want to use the ranks too. It's just $30 for the whole year, but it's not just best ball. It's DFS, it's Underdog dailies, it's NFL bets, less than $30 a year, and a best ball guide. Link in the description. You use our ranks. Someone did ask Steve versus me, and that's okay that you said me. But what is your kind of favorite best ball contest? I know you don't like doing the BBM as much, but we are going to do that today. Do you have a particular favorite contest? Do you enjoy the super flex, the marathon, the sprint? Like what is your favorite contest?
Well, I think you guys really turned me on to the Superplex and Marathon last year.
Yeah.
And I really like both of those.
Yeah. Those are my two favorite too. Because I think you can push edges that other people don't push enough, and so I will be doing a marathon after we're getting into a BBM in the next 5 minutes. And then I will stay and do a Frenchie marathon because I've been profitable in marathon 2 years in a row and I'm going for 3. I'm really, really pumped they released the marathon today. Okay, so Superflex and marathon. Okay, for 2026, who is, your kids love, Megan, your daughter loves Aaron Rodgers and Steelers stacks and Scatabo, and Steve's very much into at the end of first round, Justin Jefferson and James Cook and some of those running backs, Derrick Henry. Whether it's your kids' favorite players or your favorite players, who are some of your favorite targets in best ball this season so far? It could be quarterback, it could be stacks, it could be teams. Who are some that you really like clicking? You feel really good when you click on it.
Well, actually, I like the Chargers. I'm a Justin Herbert fan. We saw him at Senior Bowl, and I think I'm very impressed with him. So, I like grabbing him and McConkey when I can.
Yeah. Your daughter is very over the field on Lad McConkey. So you will get plenty of Lad McConkey. Okay. And any other favorite stands? I know you lean into the 3 quarterback thing too, like your kids. And I like to think it's because, I'm a lot like my wonderful mother too, but I'm a lot like you. And we're a little bit glass half empty, cynical. I'm like, yeah, right. Like my quarterbacks are going to stay healthy. So why do you like to draft 3 quarterbacks, or is it just because your kids have ingrained it in you?
Well, you guys have talked it up a lot, but actually I think it was, one of the first a couple of years of getting into best ball, and maybe it'd have a couple builds with 2 quarterbacks, and then the lineups were good, but then you get towards the tail end of the season. One quarterback, he's done for the year.
He's gone.
And then maybe the other quarterback I have is a week 12, 13, a week 13 bye. And it's like, oh man, I'm taking a 0 there right when I need to maximize points. So
there you go.
I got burned a few times early on. So that and listening to you guys, I pretty much try to stick to 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's why I said the Shoups. I mean, now these like draft assistants are pushing 3 quarterbacks. Shoups have been into that long before it was cool. I'll just shout that out. Charles says he's been to a game at Heinz Field. Respect to greatness, absolutely. I'm just saying I wouldn't go during the season to jinx it. But if the Steelers make the playoffs this year, I might push to go visit our family and go to a Steelers game. That's how much of I want to go to my Yinzer roots here. Steve's inner thoughts. This is from, I think we could guess who did this. Steve's inner thoughts. I would have done a big dog with Dad. That's how much I love him. the big dog is $500.
Yeah.
We're all still waiting. Our family's still waiting for a boxer as Rudy's throwing things around me in the background. All right. Any other best ball? But I do want to remind everybody, the whole Shoup clan, whole Shoup family did make the finals in 2024. We're trying to run it back here in 2026. You can use our rankings too. Link in the description. Any other any other best ball takes that you like for the 2026 season?
No, I also probably like to do more 3 tight end builds than a lot of people are willing to do, but kind of for the same reasons. And
Charles says you got an old school printer. I bet Pops prints off the ranks and crosses it off.
Isn't that the way you're supposed to do it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, we are going to get into a best ball mania. So again, when you see WillyPops in the streets, now he's mainly in the slow draft streets, you should be scared because he may be badgeless, but he's dangerous because he's using his kids' ranks. He's been to the best ball finals before, but he does like doing the slow draft. So don't worry, Dad. Even though tech always defeats me, I will run the ship, but we are drafting it together. If we, take this down for $2 million, I think we'll be kind and share with Mom and Steve. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, they'll get a share.
All right. If anybody Rudy is leaping in the air. If anybody wants to join us, I'm going to count it down. We are getting into a BBM7 in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter. And let's see. Okay, it was a fresh room. So we're down to 9. I can ping the Discord too. If anybody would like to join. Oh, we're down to 6. So people are jumping in. Good.
Yeah.
So I know you don't do a ton of BBMs, but I'm excited that we're going to have one together on stream. So if it makes the finals, that'll be fun to watch this back.
Label it.
Oh, I will label it. Don't you worry. Let me ping Discord. Tell your thoughts on my Scataboo love while I ping the Discord.
Well, I actually think I like him. I'm high on him too, but I think yours is just a little too far over the top.
Isn't it always? It always? Okay, let me ping another Discord.
You go in, you go all in.
Oh, that is for me. For BBM. Okay, waiting on 3. Okay. So I pinged a couple of Discords. I can do one more. I didn't rug pull everybody, Steve. I think we got in a fresh room. And 3 more if anybody wants to join. Give them 25 apiece and say, I hope you're lucky as I was. That was down to 2. We will. I don't know if I uploaded my new ranks, but that's okay. I'll still be able to talk us through. I did just update for our paid Substack subs. I updated Steve and I's rankings last night. They are updated. We hadn't updated the Superflex, which now I need to talk to Steve after this, because not only did they drop a $4 contest for the holiday, they dropped the Frenchie Marathon, which I'm super pumped about. They dropped the German Shepherd Superflex. Sorry, I had to get a Kong underneath the thing, which Steve made the finals for last year. So all these are brand new contests in the space. So I need to update. I'll work on marathon and I guess, have a wild weekend for the 4th. I'm going to work on marathon rankings, get those out. And then Steve and I will update our Superflex rankings because German Shepherd Superflex is up. Okay, so it is starting. Oh, we're at the 10 spot, which I like. We got Legion in here who drafts Scataboo, so we got to keep that in mind. But I love this. We got some friends and family in here. We got Legion at the 2. We've got Go Easy Cards, Charles at the 5, Coolers at the 6. We are at the 10. And Brew Crew at the 12. So this is very fun. I love to see it. Yes, good luck, everybody. Steve's not in here, is he? Steve jumping in for the plus EV. Charles, I did love your episode on appearance on. I watched most of it. And I saw you got a Rogers stack, Charles. I liked to see that. So, anyways, draft is off and running, and at the 10 spot, it is a lot of the running backs, which I don't mind. Do you have a kind of favorite pairing at the turn here? It's usually like Genty Cook, coming back because we'll be at 10 and then 15. So you could be in that like Barkley, Hampton, Kenneth Walker range, which I like a lot. Kind of who are some of the running backs you like around the turn there, Dad?
Well, I don't have enough cook, and Steve, I'm sure, loves hearing that.
Yeah.
I'd like to grab some cook maybe, or
do you have much Genty yet? I'm like really bullish on Genty this year. Oh,
I've got
Charles pulled cook up. He's flipping the board. Holy cow. Oh my. Charles pulled him up to 5. So it goes Gibbs, Bijan, Puka, Chase to 4, Cook to 5. This is a wild room there at the front here. So we could get Lamb, which I like. Yeah. So it's Lamb or Genty for me. Where are you leaning?
Well, I kind of like Lamb, and then we
get a running back.
Yeah. We'll get a good running back.
Yeah. You know me in my Dak stacks and Dallas. I mean, Washington fan, but I love my Dallas stacks. They've been mostly kind to me. So here, there's Genty, Barkley, Cook is gone. Hampton, we both love the Chargers offense. Kenneth Walker, I'll put Justin Jefferson in the queue for Steve, but I would prefer a running back. Hampton and Genty do go. Jefferson does go to Brew Crew. So Saquon and Kenneth Walker, or I don't mind if you want to pull up Big Dog or Chase Brown. I'm worried about the Miami offense. I'll sprinkle them, but not in this. So Walker, Barkley, Chase Brown, Henry. Quickly.
I like Walker.
Let's go Walker. There we go. Okay. So Walker Lamb is our start. I like that a lot. So there we go. Steve wanted us to draft Jefferson. How does Pops feel about Justin Jefferson? You have 2 kids on each side of it.
Well, I think Steve knows my feelings. I'm not real high on Jefferson. I mean,
Are you just worried about Kyler? Is that your?
I'm worried about Kyler, and he's getting up there now, and so I don't know. I just worry that he's not gonna. We're not gonna see the Justin Jefferson of old.
Yeah. Well, and if Kyler works out, I get it. But if Kyler doesn't work out, it just feels fragile. I'd much rather be.
And part of that may be I've never been a Kyler fan.
Yeah.
I know Steve looks at me like I'm crazy when I say that.
Oh my, I like that. Hallion says, how many spots did Rodgers move up with new ranks? Well, I already had him about 30 spots ahead of ADP. Rudy, come on. And so I kept him. He's right around 140s for me, 147. Save me someone good. Brett, you are which one? Let's see. Brett are you Brew Crew, right? I think Brett is Brew Crew, but let me know. I could be wrong there. Charles says, Steve, sip some bourbon and enjoy the ride. We got Who Hames in here. Good to see you, Who Hames. Okay, yeah, Brett is Brew Crew. He got Hampton and Jefferson. I think that's really nice. Okay, Rudy is eating folders. It is almost time for camp for Rudy. We got Nice and Blunt in here. Good to see you, Adam. He says, if Pop builds a Herbert stat with Walker, he is goated. Yeah. So Nice and Blunt is a Chargers fan, but that's a good fan to want to draft off your fandom, because holy smokes, I absolutely love the Chargers this year with Mike McDaniel. And that's the one you kind of pointed to the most of liking the Herbert stacks. You saw him live. I'll just go ahead and cue this guy up and this guy up. 2 of my favorites that I have ranked well above the market, but there's T Higgins. There's let me sort by ADP. I mean, I don't know where you stand on Neighbors, if he falls that whole thing to 34, but obviously there is some injury concern. So did you want to take Ladd here at 34 if he comes to us?
I think if we can grab him there, yeah. Because and to Nice and Blunt's point, Chiefs Chargers play week 17. Yeah. So and we're gonna do it. And if a certain New York Giants running back comes to 39, I'll be pushing for that. But other than that, Tracy's not. I don't think that's where Tracy falls, does he?
Oh, good one. Hilarious. No, that I have Scattaboo ranked 30th overall. So I'd be more than happy to take him at 39. His ADP has risen. I thought it was up to 41, but it says 43 right here. But this is the one where I'm really going to boss you around, Dad. Damn it. Brew Crew takes him. No, we lost it. Damn it. We should have taken Scatterboo first. Okay. Do we take the Neighbors fall? They played Dallas week 17. He's falling now to the 4th round. Other than that, there's not a lot else I like by ADP. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have much of him, so.
Yeah, that's fine. When he falls to the 4th round like this, that's when I take him. Brew Crew, I can't be mad at you. You got Hampton, Jefferson, Javonte, Scatterboo. That's a good start. I'm just
don't
bummed.
call him a nasty name, though.
I'm not going to call him a nasty name. So my dad did hear me when he said sorry. Yeah, I got to respect it. I'm bummed, but I got to respect it. But yeah, our parents were listening when I called, come on, baby, turn the lights off, a dumbass. So I will do that. I will not do that again. You're okay. You're live after the stream, but you may need more beer. Hey, it's a holiday weekend. Go for it. Holiday weekend. Come on, Rudy. You were just not cooperating, bud. Lay down. Okay. So we start, Dad 0-1-3. Typically like to get a little more running back heavy. Got our Scatterboo snipe. Didn't feel like pulling anybody else up. I wasn't going to pull Jacobs up. So, but I do love our receivers. Lamb, McConkey, Neighbors. You have some fun potential stacks to set up. And and we should we'll be back up at 58 and 63. So here, Rudy, let's try to give you some more. I'm out of peanut butter. Oh boy. And now I'm out of this can of wet food. We've got a major situation here. Yeah, bud. Mom needs to order some more peanut butter for you. Yes. Okay. Here's a little bit of wet food. There we go. Okay. I won't swear at you, bro.
About 37 seconds.
What's that?
That'll last about 37 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell my dad has had Rudy visit and knows how Rudy's behavior. 2 week 17 running backs on the turn. Oh yeah, Scatterboo versus Javonte week 17. And we have the week 17 receivers. So we have Lamb versus Neighbors. That is one of my favorite week 17 games for sure. You better not push start, beware. Oh, and beware, I draft Pittman. Oh boy, Brett. Oh boy. Man, we've got Brett at the turn here, who takes my Scatterboo, threatening to take Pittman, which might mean he's threatening to take Rodgers too. This is rough. Uh-oh. Talking to Steve or Rudy. Hi, buddy. Come on, bud. Okay, so we'll be back up, Dad, here at 58 and 63. Lamar has fallen a little, but it's not okay. He goes top of the ADP is Watson, Tate, Rome. I say we take a receiver here, and then we could pull up a running back at 63. So who's your favorite receiver out of these three? Are probably my favorite. I like Tate too. Watson, Rome, Brian Thomas.
I like Rome or Brian Thomas.
Okay, I got Rome. Okay, so that's good. It's a different bye week too. I know WillyPops very strict with your bye weeks. Are you not?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should pull up a running back here, like a Tony Pollard, just because we're on the turn. We're just going to keep getting boxed out.
Yeah, so, it's gonna get.
Yeah, so I like him over. I don't care that he goes behind Chuba and Price. I like him more. And I don't have my most adjusted rankings. I just bumped Price down last night, and Pollard is ahead. So in my new rankings, Pollard is ahead. We're going to draft Pollard. So that way we have a 0-2-4. And let's start doing the old star method, as Adam Levitan talks about, with so many good quarterback options here. So I don't know how many will come back, but we obviously have a potential Caleb stack, a potential Dak stack, a potential Herbert stack, and a potential Dart stack. So a lot of potential quarterbacks there. And then just to keep an eye on it, because I also have Rudy pawing my hand off. Training is weeks away. For Rudy. And, but he is adorable when he's not pawing my hand off. Okay. So we'll be back up down at 82 and 87. That is a prime area that we could potentially double tap. But if not, because we have such good receivers, I think we should also be open to, like, if Ramondre were to fall, Rico Dowdle, a potential running back too. So whether we go 2 quarterbacks or 1 quarterback and a running back, I think that's what I kind of wanted to cue and keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Put the board back up as we're waiting there. So
yeah, a little concerned about the running back room. Ramondre or
yeah.
I like Dowdle. I think he's going to have a big year in Pittsburgh. I really
Well,
do.
then you definitely agree with your children's ranks, because we have Dowdle ranked way above ADP. Yeah, the Mike McCarthy connection from Dallas. I really think Dowdle is going to be more the goal line back. So I like Dowdle a ton too. So yeah, if you just wanted to go 1 quarterback here and try to get Dowdle, I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah.
Though
The only problem, I guess, all
we'll
of
be
our
back up at, all our quarterbacks are going to probably go before we come back. Like none of them are going to come back to 108, 111. So if we did want any of those stacks, I'd like to get at least 1. I'd be open to getting 2, but then I think because of how strong we were and just kind of talking through structurally, as you can see, we went 4 receivers in the first, 58 picks, 3 in the first 39. So I think we could potentially do what you like to do and do very balanced 3-6-6-3. All right. So what do you want to go ahead and take the falling that? Well, this is right around Dak, but Dak or Herbert, who do you like more? I think we should get one of them here. You want to go Herbert over Dak?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, you talked about from the jump. You saw him at the Senior Bowl. He's one of your favorite quarterback stacks to draft this year. We have the run back with Kenneth Walker. So then the question is, if Dak comes to us, do we take Dak and Herbert? That was on my marathon team. Very fond of that one. Or do we take Dowdle? That is the question. And we are.
Are we up already?
No, we're up in 2. And it would probably be Dak or Dowdle. Okay, Dowdle goes. So I think we should take Dak.
Yeah, I agree. That made the decision for us.
That made the decision. Brew Crew made the decision for us. We go Dak and Herbert, which is super fun with Lamb and McConkey. Neighbors as a run back, which was Scattaboo, but again, good pick to Brew Crew. So we're saying a 2-2-4. You little thin at running back, but I think this is going to be a 3-6-6-3. I can already tell. Just because, again, we got 3 receivers by 39, 4 by 58. Yes, it's neighbors, but so far we have no bye week overlaps anywhere.
That won't work. 3-6-6.
Yeah, 3-6-6-3 is
okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's what I like.
5-7, which is
we usually
that I like, but I agree. In this case, we got to beef up that running back room.
Charles is telling me not to talk over you. This is not Steve. Let Pops talk.
Nice over somebody. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I could take the jokes. Rudy, come on, man. Nice and Blunt is a Chargers fan, so he said excellent pick. And hey, we ended up getting them both. I mean, I was bummed about not getting Dowdle, but to get Herbert and Dak, that's a hell of a combo. I like, especially with their top receivers in McConkey and Pickens. So he says excellent pick, sir. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. So how are you feeling about the team so far?
I like it. A little nervous about the running backs, but I don't know what's going to be in that range for us now.
Okay, so if Rudy doesn't chew my hand off in this time, it's 106 and 111 are next 2. So let's actually take a look at that. So by ADP, you could get like a Dobbins Gainwell in that area. I really like Chris Rodriguez later, but he's now been falling. He could fall back to our next pick. So I don't know that that's something you should necessarily pull up. So that's kind of where we're at. We're also in a range of some receivers I really like, especially if we're going to stop at 6. Ricky Pearsall, Michael Pittman. These are receivers I like a ton. Dart is falling, which surprises the hell out of me. But Rudy, come on. So Dobbins does go to Coolers. That's a good pick. So do you want to take Gainwell here, or do you want to take one of Ricky or Pittman?
I like Gainwell. I think
Okay.
that was a great pickup by Tampa Bay. And
Okay. So we go Gainwell. We get our third running back. I mean, we do have the stack with Dart if you want to take him. I'd probably be okay. He does go. I probably, instead of pulling up, no, Brew Crew said he'd probably take Pittman. So, yep, there he goes. If he takes Pearsall too, then I don't really see. Rudy, stop. If Pearsall falls here, I would say Pearsall. If not, yeah, I would push for Pearsall here, especially if we're stopping at 6.
All right. And how many running backs do we have now?
We have 3. Chris Rodriguez could fall back to us. So are you fine with Pearsall?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So we are now sitting at 2, 3, 5, 0. Herbert Dak, both staffed with their top receivers, Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Gainwell, Lamb McConkey stacked, Neighbors run back in that big week 17 game. Obviously Kenneth Walker run back in that big week 17 game as well. So that's fun. Roma Dunze, Ricky Pearsall. I mean, besides not getting Cam Scatterbo, these are some of my favorite player clicks in here. So I like this a ton. We'll be back up, Dad, at 130 and 135. Chris Rodriguez sometimes falls there. Then we do get into a yucky range of running backs where I just prefer to then address tight end, third quarterback, be done at receiver. And then like, there's a lot of these running backs in the 170s to 200s that I'm fine just tacking on 3 there. Like whether you did like the Algier, Brian Robinson, whether you did the Dylan Sampson, Tucker, like this is by my ranks. Like I have Algier, Brian Robinson, Sampson, Tucker, Tank Bigsby, Emmett Johnson, Kamara, Katron Allen, Braylon Allen. Again, I now moved Katron Allen up even more. I think you can attack 3 there. And, you're kind of anchored by Walker, Pollard, and then tacking on Gainwell and then adding 3 there, kind of giving the quantity. So I think that would work. I'd feel a lot better if we could get Chris Rodriguez here in 8 picks. But what are your thoughts on Rodriguez versus Tootin? Are you like your kids and you kind of lean more Rodriguez to be the goal line back? Obviously, you saw him in Washington.
Yeah. He was really successful, finding the end zone in Washington. So, I think that would be preferable.
Yeah. Steve and Pops have the same stare as they watch the screen and Meg's clicking madness.
It is something to behold. It is.
It is something to behold, isn't it? That's true. Okay, what did Charles take? Where did he said? Charles said, please let me know your thoughts on my snipe. So do you mean who did you snipe? I don't
Pittman?
No, Brew Crew got Pittman. He warned me he was taking Pittman. He took Rodriguez. Shit. Okay. It's a good, that's the danger. You get, drafting in these plus EV or not plus EV for us, these sharp ribs, hey, that's, we know what we sign up for,
Yeah.
This is staring us in the face. Shout out Best Ball Overlay. If you want to go, Jake Ferguson as our first tight end, because there's really nothing to force, that we're in a bad running back area. So are you fine with Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let this clock down to talk this through. So as you can see, this is kind of a yucky running back range. I'd rather wait till our next go around. And even if we pull up one there, if we're going to be done at receiver, there are some here, Diggs, Shaheed, Hunter, McMillan that I don't mind. There's also, we could double tap tight end here. Andrews, Kincaid, Goddard. So what are your thoughts? What would you prefer? I'll just queue up some names and you can tell me what stands out to you that are within this range to take. So Kincaid goes Andrews, Goddard, Hunter, McMillan, Jalen McMillan from Tampa.
Wait, we got Ferguson?
Yeah.
I would say
quick.
Yeah, we're
going to get Andrews. That's okay. We're double tapping Andrews. So which Steve loves. It's one of his favorite.
The board a little bigger.
You know what? It's hard for what you need to do is click the little box. You see the box on StreamYard to the bottom right-hand corner? There's like a little.
I'll tell you what. I'll trust.
You trust me. I'll read it out. Yeah. I'll be clear. I'll be clear. Charles asks,
I'm even worse than you tech-wise. So
good to see you, Best Ball Cabal. Charles asks, Pops, whiskey, bourbon, or beer fan? Your kids are bourbon fans. Probably not as much lately, but back in the day, what was your drink of choice?
Oh, back in college, I was a bourbon guy.
Okay, well, your kids took out.
Those days are long gone. Well, actually, all of it's long gone for health reasons, but
like your kids enjoy bourbon still. Hey, you'll take a sip of mine every now and then.
Oh yeah.
It smells good. Always smells
good.
Good.
Oh, that brings back fond memories. Or maybe not so fond.
Right. Depends.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'll read it to you. I know it is small when you're seeing it like on StreamYard. You can like blow up the thing to see it. Then you can't see like all the other stuff, but I'm going to be your navigator. I will be a good navigator and read it out much better. So
I trust you.
You trust me. See, there we go. You heard it here first. Pops, trust me here. Okay. So here's what we're sitting at 2, 3, 5, 2. We're up at 154 and 159. If Jalen McMillan falls back, I think that's an excellent pick to just get our 6-court receiver and be done. So I'll say that. We are still not in the most amazing running back area, but I will queue up some that go in this range. He goes later. Okay, Jalen McMillan goes. Tajay Spears goes in this range. What are your thoughts on him?
That's not bad. I don't know who else is in that range, but
it's not. It's really him or Trey Tucker, and be done at receiver. We'll go Spears. Okay, so we can go. We have our 4th running back, so we're at 2, 4, 5, 2.
All right.
Oh, I just realized we did what I talk about. We handcuffed the Tennessee room. We did. There we go. I love it. I talk about it all the time. We could double stack.
I'm not a handcuff guy.
Dad, I write about.
No. Oh, I opened myself up for some weird comments, didn't I?
Okay. Do you want to take Rodgers and backstack, or we're getting to the thin area? Okay, Rodgers is gone. Oh God. Okay, we're gonna just have to take something out. Okay, let's just take Tyler Algier as our 5th running back, and I will figure out. Rudy, where did Rodgers go? Go AZ Cards is killing me. He takes Chris Rodriguez. He takes Aaron Rodgers, which is where I have him ranked, by the way. He does have Jalen Warren. Holy smokes. Okay, so you're a big 3 quarterback guy. We are now going to be very thin at the 3rd quarterback. Luckily, we love the 2. So do we tack on like a Tua later? Let's talk through who are the 3rd quarterbacks you're willing to take. You know, Kirk Cousins will likely play at the beginning. Rudy, stop. Mendoza will likely play the end. I don't think Bryce Young will fall back, but there is that. I know this is why I take so much Aaron Rodgers, and Go Easy Cards is giving the perfect example when Steve said, you can let him fall. You can let him fall. No, you can't, because smart people take Aaron Rodgers. So what
are our buys on
7 and 14 are quarterback buys. Tua is by week 11.
Because I like the idea of Cousins. I think he's going to play.
A lot of people disagree with you, but I'm fine. And the thing is, he might get us at least through the Herbert bye week 7.
Yeah.
And
he probably won't be playing by the time.
Most likely not. You know, you never know though. People, anytime I bring this up, it's a very hot button issue that's like, there's no way. But I've read some reports that like obviously Tom Brady, the Vegas GM, the Vegas coaches, they want to set Mendoza up for success,
Yeah.
And so they said he looks awesome and he's everything. He's, basically everything that they drafted him for, but he also has to learn a lot. We're in early July,
and if
but
they're smart, they will sit them for as long as they can.
Exactly. If they're smart, they will sit him for as long as they can. That's a hot button issue in the best ball space. A lot of people think Mendoza is going to be like a dart situation. He'll be in by week 4. I really don't. And it's not just because I have the Kirk Cousins. You like that shirt. Mm-hmm. I really think in a perfect world, if Kirk plays well enough, they're going to want to play as long. And the nice thing about that is we can take him with one of our last 2 picks.
Yeah.
He'll be lower owned,
Do you think, what's the chances that Kirk could have like a Sam Darnold turnaround
Well, that's what I've said. Again, I get a lot of pushback anytime I say that in the best ball space. People just think there's no way the last time a first overall pick sat a whole season was, I can't remember who. Baker sat initially, but came in, most of the first overall.
We're up.
Okay, so let me get Tua out of the queue. Let me see here. So I would pull up like did Katron Allen go? Do you like Braylon Allen, Alvin Kamara, Sean Tucker? I like Sean Tucker a lot.
Sean Tucker, yeah.
Okay.
What's our buys though?
That's okay. We did my favorite thing, Dad. We double handcuffed.
Oh no, we did, didn't we?
I love it. We did Gainwell and Tucker, and we did Pollard and Spears. I freaking love this. I love it. I'm writing about this. Yeah. Okay, we need let's get a receiver, tight end here. So Tesla, Ridley, Mooney. Oh, that's my rankings. Okay, Tesla and guys that I wouldn't draft. Ridley, Cooper Kupp. Are there any that stand out to you? Or we could take a tight end. I don't want to accidentally get us in a situation. Do you like Kate Otten or Freiermuth? So I can.
Yeah, take Freiermuth.
There it is. I get my way. I get a Steeler. All right in the world. Okay. So we are done at tight end. We are done at running back. It's going to be a 3-6-6-3. We need one more receiver, one more quarterback. So did we end up taking Trey Tucker too? No, we got sniped on Tucker. We had a lot of snipes. We're in a tough room. What can I say? So I am going to cue Cousins, and then I'm going to cue a bunch of receivers I like, not Brandon Ayuk. And I am going to let you decide who our 6th and final receiver will be. So let me check bye weeks. As far as receiver bye weeks, we are perfect. We have 2 week 8 buys. So no week 8 buys. I'll take out Darnell Mooney. Other than that, it's okay if we get like one other duplicative buy. We're good at bye weeks at tight end. We did do 2 handcuff situations, but I think that's fine. Let me see. Just queuing up a bunch of receivers. So I have Kirk Cousins queued up. From my rankings, I have queued up Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Surratt, one of Steve's favorite prospects, Troy Franklin, Keon Coleman, Rashad Bateman, Jack Besh, Keenan Allen, if we think he's going to play. It's thin pickings here, but we were very strong out of the gate. We got, 5 receivers that I absolutely love in Lamb, McConkey, Neighbors, Odunze, and Pearsall. And even if it takes Neighbors a little while to ramp up, I do love that room. So you could go someone kind of floor safe-ish with like a Cooper Kupp. You could go for an upside swing with like an Elijah Surratt rookie, or like a spike week guy like Troy Franklin or Keon Coleman attached to a good offense. We'll just stay here. We're 4 picks away. We'll take Cousins to just have that done, and then we'll be open to any receiver that comes back to us. How does that plan sound?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. The coolers had joked around. Roger's gone. Time to wish everybody a good weekend and log off. Steve said Cards is playing with fire. You will not find me under the definition of smart. Alex Smith, Hartman says sat a little over a half. I just think it's a different beast with Tom Brady weighing in there. And, if Kirk's playing really, really well, okay, we're just going to take Cousins and have a third quarterback. that we feel is going to play a good chunk. So we're at 3-6-5-3, tacking on one more receiver up into Calvin Ridley. This is your choice, Willie. Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Troy Franklin, Keon Coleman, Rashad Bateman, Jack Besh, Keon Allen. I'm fine with any of those. None of them are.
I got it down to Kupp or Coleman.
Perfect. I'll let you know if both are there, and then I'll let you decide between the two. So
I might take Kupp for nostalgia, since
there we go. Let's do that. We talked about it.
First Senior Bowl. Yeah.
First Senior Bowl, or no, that was.
I think it was. No.
It was. I think that was like 14 or 15.
14. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cooper Kupp bye week 11. Don't have a bye week 11 either, which is good when we're only taking 6. Yeah. I think we landed the plane, Willie. I'm going to read it to you.
Wobbled there a little bit. Yeah.
There were a couple panic picks, and we are in a tough room, so we got sniped on Scattaboo and Rogers and all my faves. But you know what? I still think we landed the plane. We went 3-6-6-3. Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, who will be lower owned in BBM, I'm sure. Hey, there is a chance he plays a good bit. We will see, but hopefully he at least covers the Herbert bye week, and you never know. Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Gainwell, Tajay Spears, Tyler Algier, Sean Tucker. So we have 2 handcuff situations in Tennessee and Tampa Bay. I love that. I know you don't love it as much, but I'm going to write about it this week, and I think you're going to love it more after you read your daughter's article. So I don't love that running back room, but I feel like we're kind of anchored by Walker and Pollard, and as long as they stay healthy, and then you've got kind of like the handcuffs in 2 teams that, I think are either undervalued or decent offenses. I like it. Then, of course, the receiver room is incredibly strong. Lamb, McConkey, Neighbors, Roma Dunze, Ricky Pearsall, Cooper Kupps for all the nostalgia and vibes. Kirk Cousins, your first Senior Bowl for all the nostalgia and vibes.
Yeah.
And then Jake Ferguson, Mark Andrews, Pat Freiermuth. So we obviously stacked Lamb and Ferguson with Dak, Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey, and it took old Kirk Cousins as a potential advance rate low owned piece. How do you think we did?
Not bad. I think I'm still struggling with the double handcuff. I'm not even one who particularly cares to do a single handcuff. So
even after you read your daughter's articles, you don't love my handcuff thing. Do I need to bring over the best ball guide and show you there are certain teams where it can work, my friend. It can work.
Okay. All right. Well, I know. Maybe I'm coming around to it a little bit, but
this is sweet. Charles said, "Oops, I did it again. Bourbon on me." So, Charles, we appreciate you. The snipe hurt, but a great line, and bourbon on me. We very much appreciate you. Brett says Rogers was sniped from him too. He had Pittman, of course. Let's see, first Senior Bowl for Meg at 11. Aren't those players retired? Yes, I mean, that would be true. I remember when everybody talked shit for me for my handcuffs. Listen, I'm so in on the handcuffs. Eddie, good to see you, Eddie. WillyPops is about to put Meg up for adoption after this handcuff draft. So a lot of good comments from the chat. We appreciate you. So again, let me get your final thoughts on the team, and then we will do our Fanspeak fam team reviews.
Overall, I'm pretty good with it. I like that wide receiver room is
very strong,
damn solid, I think. So
yeah. Bukowski's in here. Pops for the win. Absolutely. WillyPops bringing the heat. He's promised that he'd join. He's joining me. He's my friend and one of my best friends in the world, and my friend of Best Ball Day. It's been awesome. So let's see who else we have in the chat. So we have Legion, Go Easy Cards, Coolers, and I think Brew Crew. I'm pretty sure Brew Crew is board. Yeah, let me give you the board. And Brew Crew is the Fanspeak fam. So will you hang with me while I do my team reviews? Of course, for Fanspeak fam YouTube members get the team review. Will you hang with me for that, and then I'll stay for a marathon?
Yeah, no, I'd like to see what some of these guys
cooked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give a board review for Mike, who is so kind to track all these drafts for us. Amazing what he does. YouTube members get our emojis, our team reviews, which I'm about to do. a contest and data, which is what Mike is tracking. And of course, 1 to 2 extra shows per week, live stream every Sunday with the Shoup Sibs. So, okay, there is the board. Yeah, again, running back's not my favorite room. I know we disagree on the handcuff, but I love the 2 stacks. I love that we got some vibes and nostalgia with Kirk Cousins and Cooper Kupp. Really, really like our Herbert and Dak stacks in our receiver room. Running back, hopefully it makes it through, but I'm going to label this one, Willie, and hopefully we have a sweat together.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Let's see what the other guys cooked up, Dad. So Legion at the 2 spot goes 2, 5, 8, 3. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. That's a solid 2. Bijan, DeAndre Swift, Travion Henderson, and then Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson. Nico Collins, Chris Olave, Mekhi Lemon, Jacoby Myers, Casey Concepcion, I know Steve's really high on, Wan'Dale Robinson, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, and then AJ Barner, Mike Gesicki, and Eli Stowers. So he's got the, did he get just a falling Burrow? Yeah, he got Burrow at 74. So he just took a falling Burrow shout out and then backstacked with Mike Gesicki to get him at 74. That is awesome. Yeah. And then Mahomes with Emmett Johnson. And I thought there was one down here as well. So, and then a really solid running back room, Bijan, Swift, Travion Henderson. And then through 8 at the receiver room. I like that. Has some big upside swings in there too. And, went later tight end build, but I don't mind that at all. So I think overall, structurally makes a ton of sense. I really like that you were able to get the Burrow, fall and take advantage of that. I do that too, Legion. I don't let Burrow fall past me in the 70s. So shout out to that. Go easy cards. Charles, our sniper of Aaron Rodgers is 3, 5, 8, 2 from the 5 spot. Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers. Love that quarterback room, especially since you got Aaron Rodgers. He got the double anchor of pulling James Cook up and then still getting Derrick Henry to fall, which is fun. Jalen Warren with Aaron Rodgers. Chris Rodriguez. I mean, he was just I was looking for Kaytron Allen too. So I do like Kaytron Allen for Washington. So he got a lot of our guys, but shout out to Charles. He's a smart drafter. What can we say? Mike Evans with Purdy, JMO, Alec Pierce with Daniel Jones, Xavier Worthy, Golden, Jeremy Bernard with Rodgers and Jalen Warren, Zachariah Branch, Keon Coleman, and then McBride and Big Darnell Washington. I think this is a very solid draft, probably because you sniped about half the players I wanted, but also you got 3 really, really solid stacks. You have a really strong double anchor running back room. Still caught up at receiver, and 2 tight ends is obviously fine with McBride. So really solid team, Charles. I'm pretty much jealous, basically. Okay, 6 spot. We got our guy Coolers, 3, 5, 7, 3. He goes Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Bryce Young, and then Breece Hall, Quinshad Judkins, J.K. Dobbins, JCM, Brian Robinson, JSN, AJ Brown, Luther Burden, Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir, Isaac Tesla, Chris Brazell, Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, and Cade Otton. So every room looks strong. I'm just trying to peek out the stacks here for Coolers. So he's got, let's see, Caleb and Burden, which is super fun. Sam Darnold and JSN, which obviously stacked with the top receiver is nice. Bryce Young with, I believe, the rookie Chris Brazell. So everything's all stacked up. Kind of got a nice double anchor with Breece Hall and Judkins. So I think that structure makes sense doing 3, 5, 7, 3 in this one. And you could have probably been fine 2 tight ends with Warren and Hunter Henry, but you got really awesome falling value on Cade Otton. So I can see why you went there. So this is a nice build too. Any thoughts on his team, Dad? Sorry, I forgot to throw it to you.
Well, that's pretty solid team. All these people who are your regulars, they are sharp drafters.
Yep. That's it's so fun to draft with them, yet it's so, negative EV as far as like shit, you're drafting against sharp people for sure.
Yeah. I want to be more in those rooms. Like I was in one the other night where the person drafted 3 quarterbacks. It wasn't a super flex. 3 quarterbacks, their first 3 picks. And
that happened to us last night. We were scared it was going to get canceled.
Yeah, I saw that. And I don't know if it was the same person, but it was weird. that you
Yeah,
get.
these weird
Those
things
are
do
the kind
happen.
of rooms I think you want to be in.
Yeah.
The people you want in your rooms, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul says Bijan's got to do some work on his team, but no, you're anchored by Bijan, which is nice. Charles says, Steve, let that be a lesson to you. Just listen and greatness will come. Little thin at RB for me, but most of the teams are RB heavy, so changing pace. No, it's good to mix up the build structures. We don't know what the 2026 secret sauce is, so it is good. As much as I like doing the 3-5-7-3 and the, very, very robust at running back, it is good to mix up the structures for sure. Coolers. So that was Coolers team. And then we already did our team, and then it was Brew Crew at the turn. And our other sniper of Scatabo. So he goes late quarterback, hyper fragile running back, which makes sense. Oh man, yeah, he got daddled too. This was okay. So 3-4-8-3, which I do a lot too. Late quarterback, Ward, CJ Stroud, Geno Smith, Hampton, Javonte Williams, Scatabo, Daddle. I absolutely love that running back room, and 4 different bye weeks. So I think you can do the hyper fragile 4 build there. That makes sense. Justin Jefferson, Christian Watson, Carnell Tate, Michael Pittman, who he got sniped on too, but good pick. Trey Tucker, who I know he sniped us on. Man, yeah, Charles and Brew Crew definitely got us, but good picks. Pittman, Trey Tucker, Trey Harris, Calvin Ridley, Pat Bryant. I was wondering wherever all the guys in my queue went. Tucker Kraft, George Kittle, and Dalton Schultz. I absolutely think a George Kittle draft team works with a Tucker Kraft and Dalton Schultz sandwiched in between there. So yeah, structurally makes a ton of sense with your running back to then throw volume at receiver, super strong at running back, late tight end late quarterback allowed you to get, catch up other places and still have a really strong tight end room. I mean, I typically go late tight end in these builds and get a little stronger quarterback. But other than that, you want to mix up the different builds even within like a 3-4-8-3. So, if especially Ward and Stroud hit, then I think you'll be in business. And so it is good to mix up different. I have experimented with some later quarterback builds. Of course, I'm always trying to get Aaron Rodgers in there, but no, it is good to mix the builds and mix the structures up too. So yeah, I think this is a fun, different structured team. And I absolutely love your running backs, especially jealous of Scatabo and Daddle. What are your thoughts, Dad?
Well, that running back room is really impressive. I don't have the confidence to do a 4 running back room though. That's the only thing. And I probably only am going to do like 60, 70 contests. You know? So I played a little more conservatively,
sure.
but that's impressive. I mean, it's kind of like a high risk, high reward thing,
Yeah. Well, Dad, I'm sure you've heard me talk about my Bulldog team was a 3-4-8-3.
I know.
I mean, we joke that it could be a drinking game when I talk about my Bulldog finals team. Another shout out 3-4-8-3. But I mean, the secret to that is they just have to stay healthy and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But
you got to have
they do,
the courage to do it, but it can really pay off to do something like that.
Huhaim says the 3 quarterback drafter bum hunting the Shoups. No. But Brett said this is opposite way I normally build, so he's mixing up. You do want to obviously mix up the structures for sure. Brew Crew Rogers would have been a layup on that team from Charles, who had Rogers. Bulldog reference again. Be right back. Going to the fridge. Cooler says continue the drinking game. That's too good, Coolers. Yeah, I mean, if you hear me mention the Bulldog team, just take a sip, take a drink. Okay, that was it. That was the BBM Friends of Best Ball with the WillyPops. Make sure you hit that like button for WillyPops. You've already gotten 2 tips or super chats, Willie. So that's awesome. People are showing the love for WillyPops.
Appreciate that.
But no, we appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a marathon, but we want to get you back on here. We want to force Devers to come on too. Maybe for one of these 12-hour streams, as you see ticking across the bottom there. If we get 1,250 YouTube subs this summer, we will do a 12-hour live stream. If we get 100 paid Substack subs, we're at 44 right now. We have, I think, close to 200 free, but if we get 100 paid Substack subs, we will do a 12-hour live stream. Again, link in the description or pin chat for that. less than $30 a year, plus a 400+ page best ball guide. You won't regret it. It's awesome. If we get 100 paid Substack subs, we'll do a 12-hour, not to be combined together for a 24-hour. That will not be happening again. But if we do one of these 12-hour, can we get a commitment that we could get WillyPops back on?
Oh yeah, I'd be glad to come. Maybe I can get old Devers to join me at like 3:00 in the morning or something.
Well, if we're doing a 12-hour stream, I don't know that we're going 3 a.m. in the morning. But if that's how we get Devers on, that's how we get Devers on. So, all right. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can relax. Have a good rest of your Independence Day Eve. I'll call you later because as in the questions, the this or that questions, your daughter calls every day. So
that is right.
But say any final thoughts for the people.
Well, I just want to, first of all, thanks for having me on. This has been fun. And, I watch a lot of shows, so I know all these names here. And I just, want to say thank you to everybody who supports us. It's really appreciated. And these guys, you all are the best. So,
well, thank you. We have the best chat supporting us, and we are a family business, so we appreciate you guys. So that was awesome. And Dad, I had a blast with you. Did you have fun with me?
Thank you. I did have fun.
All right, sounds good.
Now I'll go hear from Steve what I did wrong. So.
Okay, Steve, call Dad, let him know what he did wrong. Or what I did wrong. Cause I mean, I'm sure I definitely had a couple of panic picks, but I had fun. I'll let you go and you can just click out and I'm going to get a marathon queued up. Okay.
All right. Good luck. Right. Thanks a lot.
All right, love you.
See y'all.
All right. On we go for a marathon draft. So Frenchie Marathon, here it is, folks. I had the sweat last year for 3 or 4 weeks in October and November. I was in first place in the marathon, winning 100K. It did not hold. I won $500 on that team. But how I always talk about the marathon the past 2 years, and I'm glad they're bringing back the sprint and the marathon through the Frenchie. Shout out to Hope and Numi and Underdog. That is awesome. I love this. Is that it's not just if I get, as you can see, there's 22,000 plus entrants. You can max 150. And it's a pretty flat payout, 20K to first. 1,500 to 10th. Let's see, top 20 get 500 or more, but it's really getting as many in the cash and then as many farther up the cash as you can. And that's why I think the marathon is the purest form of best ball in that no pod luck. It's just weeks 1 through 17. Every week means the same. The luck comes in one big place, injuries. Obviously, I was doing a lot better when Scatterbo was healthy and some other ones last year, but you just need your team to stay healthy and you need your luck you need to have injury luck and stay healthy, have your team stay healthy. And if that works out, then it's really, when I say the purest form of best ball, it's really a player takes. Like, are you drafting the right players in each round? Obviously, you need to be structurally sound too and make smart decisions of the structure of your build, but I look at it as like those articles will write at the, in January, who are the best picks in each round. That's what you're shooting for. You want to hit that parlay of I'm drafting, I can see the future, and this is going to be the best picks in each round. I'm looking for these guys that are going to outperform their ADP, outperform their positional ranking. So even like an Aaron Rodgers who's being drafted as QB 29 or 30, and he finishes as QB 16 last year. He could be helping the team somehow. More importantly are the ones where you're drafting like a wide receiver 45 and he finishes as wide receiver 10. It's those outperforming their ADPs, outperforming their positional rankings, who are the best picks in each round. It is a player takes contest. So what that means for me personally is I will have a tight player pool and just really mix up my combos and then hope my guys stay healthy. And that's how I'm going to play it. So any other thoughts or questions, please let me know. but I am going to get into it here soon. Let me just see, Hallion, how are your PGA dailies going for John Deere? Both mine haven't turned out great so far. Yeah, mine haven't been, but I haven't looked lately. 36 likes. Let's get those up. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Yeah, please hit that like button. I love the marathon contest, so I'm going to stream that and then head out here on Independence Day. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday weekend. Obviously, on Independence Day Eve has a wonderful July 4th. But yeah, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the Fanspeak Network, and please check out our Substack if you are interested in content in best ball rankings. We have best ball rankings for every single site, every single format. We'll get our Superflex updated since there's a German Shepherd. We'll get marathon up. If sprint comes back, we'll get that. We have every format, every website of ranking, best ball rankings, best ball articles, and then in season it's DFS, Underdog Dailies NFL bets. So check that out. If you hate it, I'll refund you. I don't think you're going to hate it. What is Meg's fault? Meg's fault as any mistakes. Yeah, you're not going to give Dad a hard time. Anything. I had a couple of panic picks in there, but I had fun drafting with Dad. I love drafting with Steve. I want to draft with my mom. So, the Shoup family. Are we the first family of best ball? All four of us have made the finals in the same year. Don't think many other fans can say that. So, we are your fans, your best ball family. And we're looking to run it back and make all of us make the finals this year. So let's get into a marathon. I will count it down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. And we're off waiting on 4. So this is awesome. You can drop in chat if you like marathon or not. I had some marathon articles up last year. I might pivot away from, apparently my dad does not like my handcuff strategy, but I was going to write a handcuff article this weekend. I'm posting an article of Steve's today, but maybe I'll pivot from the handcuff and write about marathon picks that I like in each round, and then link back to the marathon articles I wrote last year. So I've done 2 years of marathon, limited entries, and I've been profitable both years. So I'm looking to make it a third year profitable. And again, really lean into player takes and then just hope the luck pays off in those guys staying healthy. Thank you, Coolers. Your dad did a great job. That was fun. It caused me great physical pain to behave like an adult. That's hysterical. No, he did a great job. It was fun to talk to him about his Steelers fandom and then becoming a Washington fan and then, covering the Senior Bowl and getting into the best ball streets. Our family truly, this is a family business, but we truly are a football fam and truly are now a best ball fam. So it was fun to kind of just chat it up with him. And he and my mom and brother are my favorite people. So, okay, it'll be auto drafting at the end. I need to download rankings for this type of situation. Yeah, I'm gonna post some marathon rankings this weekend. Waiting on just one more. Let me just refresh. And then Mike's in here. Good to see you, Mike. Hey, Meg. Sorry I missed Pops jumping in this Frenchie. Awesome. I will see you in here. Looks like we're firing it up and starting soon. Pops was awesome. We call him WillyPops in the best ball streets, but no, it was super fun to draft with my dad and chat it up with him. A lot of fun. Okay. We have got Legion at the 1, Hallion at the 2. Hallion at the 4. I'm at the 5. Not WillyPops, Willie Mark. Don't know. Brew Crew at the 8. Buddy Man at the 9. Gobbler, who, by the way, is the marathon champion. He took down the marathon last year. What I was hunting for all year, he took it down and won 100K. So we are in with the marathon champion, Gobbler at the 10. I don't recognize the other names, but so we've got the marathon champ. We've got me, who was in first for 3 or 4 weeks. We got 1, 2, 4 Fanspeak fam with Legion, Hallie, Brew Crew, and Buddy Man. So let's have some fun. And everyone picked fast. That's hysterical. Yeah. And the nice thing about this is we're not playing against each other. I mean, sure, we could snipe each other, but this isn't a pod situation. We're all shooting for that top prize. So, obviously I don't have ranks in for this yet, since this is new. But I may try to get that up this week. My hope is, and that's why I did sprint rankings. My hope is this, like the Frenchie sprint, will fill fast and they had to experience overlay last year. Well, this year, making the price point only $5 for both Frenchie Sprint and Frenchie Marathon. My hope is they can run a couple versions of both, like have a Frenchie Sprint 2, have a Frenchie Marathon 2. That is my hope. We will see. Bad seat draw right next to the champ. Oh, yeah. Gobbler is right next to Buddy Man. Yes, absolutely. Okay, up in one already. This is flying. I had Christian McCaffrey and JT. Who do I want? I'm gonna go McCaffrey. It was Christian McCaffrey, JT were my two last year. So I have to start my first one with one of them. I'm gonna go McCaffrey. Hallie says, first marathon draft for me. So I'll be taking notes from you and Gobbler for sure. Absolutely. Okay, Paul, jump in. Not my favorite format, plus EV to you all. Paul, you're a sharp drafter. Again, when I say it's just the purest form of best ball, it's like there's really no luck of like my team advance. I mean, how many teams have we had where we advance? I remember my dad had a Husky team last year where it was like, I loved his team. Absolutely loved it. Start to finish. And it stayed healthy. It stayed relatively, no, I take it back. He had Burrow, but Burrow came back for the playoffs. And it's just, the team had a bad week 15. This happens all the time. And listen, I still like the classic best ball contest too, but this is just purest form of like, are your player takes right or not? Are you drafting the right guys in each round? Are you drafting the guys that are outperforming their ADP and positional rank? And that's why I like it. And you just have to stay healthy. And I hope this year Scatterbo and my guys stay healthy. We will see. It's another situation where it's go get your guys, because I am going to have heavy player take stands because I do think it's a player take contest. And I just want to make sure I mix up those combos. So it's my, draft like a hooker. I say who, I say when, I say how much, like from Pretty Woman. Go get your guys, Let me put some background music on in the background. Let's see. We'll do the old ducks. Okay. All right. So first round is in the books here, coming around the 2-3 turn, or excuse me, 1-2 turn. Get back to chat. I wonder if I have my player limit set up. Oh, are you going to auto off? Or you said you didn't have ranks in yet, or do you have a hard out? You might have. I think you had a hard out. That's why I said draft fast. Since QB scores the most points, do you go 4 QBs? I've never done 4, unless it was accident. I have not done 4 QBs, but I do a lot of 3 QBs because it's like you never want to be taking a bad score at especially the quarterback or running back position. So, for that reason, I do still take a lot of 3 QB builds. So when I'm thinking through who could outperform their ADP, Kenneth Walker, AJ Brown, George Pickens stand out to me here. I mean, I guess Nico too. Okay, AJ Brown goes. I'm going to double anchor. This is another thing about, not that like I would not be doing 0 RB in this because again, every week means the same. So it's not like in 0 RB, the thesis is, okay, well, as injuries happen, then, all the guys take over into the season and they can pop in the playoffs. That's not how this works. And I hope there's not injuries early to running backs. You need, every week to be good. In fact, what hurt me so bad last week is once I had the Scatterbo injury and a couple injuries, I had a couple weeks of like 70-point weeks, 80, 90-point weeks. Whereas like the first like 9-10 weeks, it was consistently like 120, 130, 140, and then popping for some like 160, 170. If you take some of those bad weeks where positions are laying you down, and be it quarterback because you didn't take enough quarterbacks and they let you down, or running back because you didn't draft enough projectable volume, that can get ugly quick. Obviously you also want to watch guys like Neighbors, and that, that kind of stuff can miss some time. So as you can see, I want to either pull up Higgins or Ladd. You know what? We'll start the first one. Vibes going back to, I had Higgins on the marathon team last year that finished in the top 150. That was in first for a while with McCaffrey and JT. So we'll do that first. opens me up obviously to a potential burrow stack. So, okay. Yeah. I thought you had a hard out, Brett. Got to work. Well, okay. You must be, is that PST time? Yeah. After my next 2 picks, I'm going to pull up 8 to 10 QBs in my queue. Yeah, just make sure check your positional limit so you don't get screwed or whatever, but totally understand. Appreciate you watching, drafting with us. Appreciate everybody watching, liking, drafting with us, chatting with us. It's Independence Day Eve and you guys are hanging and we appreciate it. Oh, wow. They dropped a mini golden $2 winner take all. Wow. They are dropping a bunch today. I know Steve's pumped. I'm surprised he's not like popping in like the Kool-Aid man and ready to do a super flex. So he made the German Shepherd super flex finals last year, finished 15th, but had a massive sweat into the top 10 and was so close to top 10, but finished 15th in the German Shepherd super flex, which just was released today. So shout out to Steve and Who Hames and PPR Tyler. And me, I love Superflex too. And like my dad said, Superflex and Marathon are kind of 2 of my favorite non-classic formats. And I like leaning into that. So, all right. I like my start here with, 2 stud running backs, in my opinion. Got Walker to fall all the way to 20 and then Higgins at 29. And then we'll see what comes back around. And if you're coming in and saying, where's Papa Shoup, your friend of best ball, got to spend almost an hour and a half with Papa Shoup. We had a blast. We did some fun, most likely to Meg or Steve questions, talking to him about his Steelers, Washington fandom, getting into the best ball streets, using his kids' rankings, making the best ball finals. All 4 of us made the best ball finals in 2024, trying to run that back. And then Dad and I drafted a BBM together. Didn't go perfectly smoothly because, we had sharp drafters in the room, got sniped, but I still think we landed the plane. Hysterical Mike. Do not shout out PPR Tyler after that dance video he posted. Oh my God, that's too funny. That's hysterical. Now, I did watch it twice. It did make me laugh. When he did like the piano thing, that was actually pretty good. But that's a funny callback. Yeah, he posted that today. Obviously, he's pumped about Superflex, as I'm sure Who Hames and Steve are. Well, I know Steve. I called Steve. We're very excited that another Superflex is out. I'm very excited. Marathon's out. Shit. Scataboo goes, damn it. I should have just pulled him up to 29. Good pick, buddy, man. Good pick. God damn it. Well, that's obviously one of my favorite player takes. Okay. I think Mike Evans, Terry, Burden are probably going to be. All right, 44. I'm going to go Mike Evans, actually. 6, 8 opens up another stack of a quarterback I really like that I think is undervalued. Could outperform ADP. Let's see. Goblor has 0221. Buddy, that again, Goblor was the marathon champ. Buddy Man is 02211 as well. I'm 022. Hallion 013. Legion is 0221. Just got Loveland and Devontae at the turn. Very nice. And again, you don't need to worry about stacking up any certain games. Every single week means the exact same thing. I was going to take Swift, and he goes, what's my next pick at? 68. Yeah, I might just wait for one of the running backs to come back and take Burden here. Or do I want Christian Watson? I'm going to go Burden. Okay. So I'm 032. Or sorry, 0230. Let me start using my star method. So I have a Burrow stack. I have a Caleb stack. And And I've got a Purdy stack. When has the star method go wrong? I'm team Adam Levitan on the star method, of course. Ooh, good question, Legion. Are we going to get another German Shepherd Superflex 10-team multi-tail for Meg? Mike Robb is going to kill you for saying this. One of my teams drafting against you made the semis last year. Maybe is that what Steve and I should do on Sunday? Maybe that's what Steve and I do on Sunday. Good luck to everyone. Brett, if you need to jump out, yeah, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you. Yeah, I knew Mike Robb was going to kill you, Legion. Why you do want to hurt me? Shout out to Mike Robb. Again, YouTube members, not only do you get Emoji's team reviews, an extra show or two every Sunday from Steve and I. And again, we are doing a live stream this Sunday after the holiday. And maybe this is a good idea. Maybe we multi-table the German Shepherd. Yeah, here we go. Exactly. But Mike Robb, shout out to Mike Robb, is keeping track of all the data of all our Fanspeak fam drafts. So if you are a Fanspeak fam YouTube member, you are tracked with, and Mike Robb is tracking all the Fanspeak fam drafts, and we will show the data. We will do contests, really cool stuff. And shout out to Mike Robb for sure. Okay. Actually, Mike, I just wanted to make a note. I just realized I need to make a note about our meeting Wednesday or I will forget, and I don't want to forget. How much time do I have? Okay. Meeting with Mike. Get to see my fun stream of thoughts. Okay. BTJ goes. Damn, like in Buddy Man's team with BTJ, with Scatabo. Again, this is a player takes contest. You want to nail these player takes. And I obviously think that Scatabo could be a league winner. Pull up some other running backs I'm interested in. Shit. Burrow went. Brew Crew. Damn it. Oh, he had to leave. Shit. Oh, he did queue a bunch. Okay. All right. Well, he goes. Do I want Pollard or do I want Caleb? I'll take Caleb. And maybe I'll take a running back here. Because my next pick is 82. Okay, no, let's think this through. Okay, no. 77 and then 92. So where does Purdy go in this? 95. Really want Purdy. So yeah, I'll probably take a running back here and then 6 picks away at 77. I'd probably take a running back here and then hope Purdy comes back to me. So then I could be at like a 2-3-3 is my hope. Yeah, that's why I said I wonder. Yeah, Brett's going to come back to a 5 QB build because he said he queued up a bunch. Shit. I wonder he probably has Purdy queued up too. That's why I said check your positional limits. Yeah, shit. Oh, damn, Purdy might go based on what he said. I might just have to. Then I'm worried about the running backs. They'll come back to me in 92. But it's like not like I don't know that one of my favorite picks on the board is Purdy. Screw it. I don't want to be boxed out of quarterback because he had to turn on his thing. I would probably rank Purdy in the 80s. So I think that Purdy, again, you got to think of health, and because you're thinking of scoring, not points per game, but total scoring. So what was Purdy last year? Let me pull up the Fanspeak best ball guide, which lets me know that. So Purdy, let's see where he finished last year in total points, obviously because he missed half the season. But again, if he doesn't miss half the season, that's what we're, could he be like a top 5, 6 quarterback? I think potentially, yeah. Okay, so Purdy was QB 24 in total points, but I mean, he really only had usable weeks 11 through 17, and obviously just went ham weeks 15 through 17. So yeah, if Purdy can stay healthy, I mean, he's not going to do what he did 15 through 17 every single week, but I do think he could be a top 10 quarterback. And I still am getting him at quarterback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got him right around QB 10. But I do think he has the potential to finish above that. Okay, good to see the Brew Crew. It took something else so that it doesn't just go on a massive quarterback run for him. So that's good news for the rest of us too. Okay, we're up in 7. I'm going to queue up other picks that I potentially like. So I'm at 2-2-3, have Evans and Burdens and McCaffrey. I also had McCaffrey too. I was just worried that it was going to take in one of his 2 picks in between. And I really like the fact that I have both McCaffrey and Evans stacked up with Purdy. I'm going to queue some other running backs, 92. I don't know if I love Harvey to outperform just because of that crowded backfield. And then J.K. Dobbins, like staying healthy is a concern. I definitely want to keep an eye on Michael Pittman for later. I think he's an absolute candidate to outperform his ADP. I don't typically go early tight end, but I want some early tight ends I am going to mix in is Brock Bowers very early, Colston Loveland in like the 4th round, and Tucker Kraft in this, round 80. Damn, Dowdle goes. Shit. I mean, I do love my later tight end builds. But I just don't know that I have confidence in Blake Corum to outperform the ADP enough where he's going, because he's going at 90, right here at 93. So we back up at 101, 116. There's definitely, even if I have to reach, there's some guys, running backs here that I've queued up that I think could outperform to get at least one of them. And then we queue up some other receivers I like too. I don't need to go super heavy, 49ers heavy, but I do still, I would probably go Pittman over Pearsall in this particular build, just to kind of diversify my teams. That's why I'm just I'll have rankings for this, but I just like queuing up guys that I believe are going to outperform their ADP. I'd be willing to take the shot on Jonathan Brooks, even though, again, you need him to stay healthy. So that is something you need to consider for all of them. And, I love Ricky Pearsall. That is something to consider. He hasn't shown the ability to stay healthy yet, but maybe, those things that happens until it doesn't. Shit. I was definitely hoping. Dobbins and Brooks are both injury concerns. I really want Michael Pittman. I'm just so bullish on him outperforming ADP. And this might be another 3-6-6-3 because I'm at 2-2-4-1, or maybe a 3-6-7-2 with Kraft potentially. So pop sleeves, and all of a sudden someone's cussing up a storm again. Well, when I get sniped, I really want to dawdle. Damn it. Was just scrolling through the Fanspeak draft guide of the different scrolling to different players, where they finished. And again, when you're talking overall finish, one of the keys to overall finish is how many games did they play, right? Did they miss any games? And, if they did, then that, obviously the guys that play all 17 games or, 15 or 16 of the 17 games are going to have a much higher chance to finish in that, top 10 at each position. I was looking at Kenneth Walker. He actually didn't miss much. It's just with him splitting. He was RB 23, was splitting with Charbonnet. He really didn't. He had a massive spike week 16, and then we know what he did in the postseason. I was just going to see the splits between Corum and Kyron was RB 8. Had a usable week all but 4 weeks. Corum really only had usable weeks, and that's why I was debating. It's like, if it stays what it's been, is he going to have usable weeks? Yes, but I just don't think he's going to have that many to outperform his ADP as I think some other running backs can. Even like a potential, Chris Rodriguez. Okay, Kenny Gainwell is still there. I like that. Man, he's gone. Shit. I might pull up Chris Rodriguez here. It's early, but I want that third running back that I believe is going to get projectable volume, that I believe can outperform his ADP even going earlier than what his ADP is. So I just don't want to get boxed out at running back. And I have 3 different bye weeks there, 8, 5, 7. I think that's nice. So I'm saying a 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, up in 7 at 125. I mean, I don't typically do this. We know I like some Aaron Rodgers, but I could go Love with Kraft. Okay, he goes. I could get a second tight end and be done. But that would make me nervous with Kittle. And then Kittle, you kind of want to fall. Kind of like these, like a Higgins, Coker type to outperform their ADP. I'd be willing to take my chance on. Yeah, I don't think taking. Now, Kittle is falling as he should in this contest because they're going off the ADP, obviously, of. Now, if he would fall all the way back to me in the 130s, then I'd take him. But, again, if he doesn't play the full season, Coker or Higgins, 6, 8, 10, 9. I'm going to go Coker, mixing a totally different bye week. Saw some spike weeks at the end of the season there. I'll leave Kittle queued up. I always want exposure to the Dallas offense, so I'm going to queue some other just tight ends in case I'm going to be done with 2 tight ends. Tucker Kraft is bye week 11. So likely Ferguson, Goddard would all be fine tight ends. Kittle goes, Andrews goes, Kelsey goes, but they'd all be fine tight ends to be done at tight end with Tucker Kraft. So I don't mind that. Yeah, if you're coming and watching this, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Best Ball shows every single weekday. YouTube member shows on Sunday. And then we will keep it rolling in season. Check out link in the description or pin chat for our Substack discount, plus the Best Ball guide, which I'll actually bring over right now while we have a little break. And I did a Best Ball Mania BBM7 with my dad, which was so fun. But now I am drafting a marathon, Frenchie marathon. I absolutely love it. This is the Best Ball guide. Not only do you get, advanced player stats, spike week charts, but you have team pages, player pages, strategy articles, which we do cover marathon in here, by the way, in this article. So that's what I mean. The Corum thing, I didn't really feel comfortable taking him. Just like if Kyron does what Kyron did last year, I just didn't feel comfortable taking him. Now, if they look at Chris Rodriguez as the goal line back, that's why I chose him for my third running back. Just like, again, the game we play on Underdog and touchdown hunting. Tootin had 2 usable weeks. That's it. And I know he's hurt at the end of the season. And I know ETN was the guy. But even in Washington, if he scores a touchdown, Rodriguez had 3 usable weeks last year. Oh, shit. I'm on the clock. Okay. I'll go back to the board in a minute. Let me panic pick something here. Okay, Jalen McMillan, welcome to the team. Isn't that fun when Megan just gets so immersed in something else and forgets she's drafting? But that is our best ball guide, 400 plus pages. I find it so useful. Okay, so now I'm at 236, still in an area of running backs that I do not like. All the tight ends I had queued went. Well, I'm not going to let this happen to me again. I have Pittman. So let's see my bye weeks on receivers: 6, 8, 10, 9, 5, 10. Like, I might do a 3, 6, 6, 3. That was the build structure of the team that was in first place for several weeks, middle of the season. Nice and balanced, because you just don't ever. That's the other key. You're looking for, okay, everything you're looking for, every pick. Could this be the best pick of this round? Could this guy outperform his ADP positional rank? That's what you got to be asking, but still structurally making sense and everything and stacking up good offenses. But the other, and obviously watching bye weeks, all those just smart best ball ideas. But you also want to be cognizant of bye weeks, be cognizant of a balanced structure. And that's why I kind of don't mind 3, 6, 6, 3 is you never want to take like a super down week. Like when I was doing well and when I was in first, is because every week was like 120 to 170 points per week. But then I had a couple after injuries, I had a couple weeks in the under 100 and I had 1 week like in the 70s, and that'll just crush you. And again, even if you have a couple of those weeks and it's like, okay, well, first and top 10 might be out of sight. The nice thing about marathon, depending on how many entries you do, obviously if you max a $5 contest, you're spending $750. You always just want to be looking at the total ROI. So, you know, whether I spend $750 or I spend $250 or I spend $500, like I'm looking for total ROI of, of course I want to finish first or in the top 10 or make at least 4 figures or make above 500, whatever the case is. The past 2 years, I've had 2 teams. 2 years ago, I finished in the 130s. I made $750. Last year, I finished in the 140s and made $500. But then it's also, I told the story last year of, I was so bummed out about that one team that was in first, but fell and then finished 140 something, made a 500. But then because Bijan, I had a bunch of Bijan Robinson exposure and he had such a nuts week 17 game, I had so many teams jump into the money. So many other teams that were in the money jumped to a higher tier money. So at the bottom and the end of the day, I would have wanted that one team to finish higher, maybe in, top 100 or something, make a little more. But I ultimately probably made the same difference of other teams because Bijan went off, jumping the money, jumping into a higher tier. And that's what you can sweat out the marathon till the very last game, till the very last week, no matter what. So, Pops leaves and all of a sudden cussing up a storm again. Is that what you noticed, Steve? Let's see. I thought Trey would fall to me. Which Trey got taken? Trey. Let's see. Trey Tucker? Where did Trey Tucker go? Oh, Trey Tucker went to Legion. Very nice. I'm behind, but this team doesn't need 3 quarterbacks. Well, I'm a 3 quarterback gal, even in the marathon. And I kind of went over this. You do not want to take any weeks of a bad score. So I'm going to do a lot of, here, let me make this pick. And then I've got to catch up at running back here. I think I'm going to go Spears just for like another usable running back. At least I think. So I think I'm done at quarterback, done at receiver, and I'm going to focus on running back and tight end. Well, we know I love Freiermuth. All right, I'm just going to queue up a bunch of the running backs that I'm willing to take that I think could outperform their ADP. Because that's, again, what we keep asking ourselves. Are they going to outperform their ADP? When will I be back up? So I'm up at 173. When will I be back up? 188, 197. Can I risk Yeah, I think I'm going to have to risk Freiermuth, unfortunately, and hope he comes back to 188 because I really need another running back like a Sean Tucker type here. Hopefully gain the goal line carries, different bye week too, which is nice. You're thinking about all these things in here because again, ultimately you want to stack up good teams. And offenses are going to score a lot of points. If those are the teams you're stacking, I want to stack good offenses that are going to score a lot of touchdowns. I want to make sure that my running back especially has projectable volume. I want to look for players that are going to outperform their ADP, are going to be the best picks in each round. That is what you were truly looking for and thinking through. Every pick, is this guy, could he outperform the guys around him in his same position group? Like me pulling up Freiermuth here, I actually don't mind, though I worry then I'll get boxed out too much at running back. But I could double tap that because I think Freiermuth is going to absolutely outperform his ADP, even here at 170 something. Like more so, but I did take Kraft, so we'll hope he comes back. So I'm going to take Sean Tucker. But to the question about doesn't need 3 quarterbacks with Caleb and Purdy, I get the case for that, and there certainly are. I'm going to pull some. I know Steve and I looked at the top 100 teams last year, but 2 years ago, 2024, when in Marathon, and of that, it was like 60% had 3 quarterbacks. So I think a lot of people would say you don't need to, and you don't need to. But again, not only the two biggest, if you leave with nothing about Marathon strategy, the two biggest things are look for the players that are going to outperform their ADP positional rank, like the best picks in each round. Who could be the best pick in each round? I think Pat Freiermuth will be the best pick in round 17 or whatever it is. And again, these are my opinions based on my projections and what I'm, like the Sims of my head and my projections. And that's what I think. I'm not saying I'm definitely gonna be right, but that's what I think. So the two things I want to leave you with Marathon is look for those guys that are best picks in each round, in your opinion, that are going to outperform their ADPs. Number 2, you can't have down weeks. You can't have a 70-point week, an 80-point week, and you've got to be consistently putting up, 120-point weeks, week after week after week after week, and then spike some that are in the 150s, 160s, 170s if they're high-scoring weeks. That'll bury you. If you say that, okay, in this case where you didn't need 3 quarterbacks, say on the bye week that say they both stay healthy. Say I didn't take Aaron Rodgers and both Purdy and Caleb stay healthy all season. But on bye week 10, Purdy plays like shit and scores like 6 points. You know what I mean? Or the better example is because it may be McCaffrey. Then the better example is on bye week 8, Caleb scores like 5 points. You're in trouble. You're that's not good. And then let's say you have even a short term, because some people look at the injury stuff too black and white. Well, if he gets injured, team's dead. What if Caleb's out 4 weeks? Like last year, Purdy was out 8 weeks. Those short term injuries. Well, having that second quarterback to fill in is big. Okay, Freiermuth falls back. I think he's absolutely a 16th round pick that is going to absolutely outperform his ADP. So we're going to do one more tight end, one more running back. So that's what I mean about the 3 quarterbacks is you never, especially running back and quarterback and half-point PPR scoring, touchdown hunting, you never want to take a bad week there. So I will do more of the 3 quarterback builds. $2 single entry. Yeah, that's right. Mike said winner take all. Bijan 101. Okay, you have Bijan 101 over Gibbs. I want to make sure I have both. So do you wait to take Aaron Rodgers as QB3 so he is in Steeler colors with best ball overlay? That's hysterical. That does fit. Pretty sure Muth would be 17th, 18th round if you didn't adjust the ADP. Yeah, I'm glad I waited. So I got Sean Tucker. I am very glad about that. But I did take him at pick 188 because I'm going to take Katron Allen here. I think he is a very good candidate to potentially outperform his ADP. So I like that pick a lot. So now we're at 3662, And I am just going to take one more tight end. We did go Tucker, but then we waited till Freiermuth. So I am going to take a third. And let me queue up some potential. I'm guessing Terrence Ferguson already went. Yeah, there's a running back or tight end run where I took Freiermuth, Otten, Dulcich, for Terrence Ferguson, Helm. So, I mean, it's the last tight end, just queuing up good offenses. Cincinnati, Chargers, Parkinson, Rams. Tucker Craft is the same bye week as Parkinson, so I'd probably rather one of the other two. And I did have Freiermuth and Gesicki with Ferguson last year on my marathon team that finished the highest. So, yeah, Bears are in blue, Steelers are in yellow. This is not by accident. That's hysterical. Yeah, look at me. Best Ball Overlay, shout out. Use code Fanspeak, 25% off, manages your exposures. You can literally see the percent, the dollar amount, the team correlations, highlights, obviously for you, of your stacks. And of course, shows the playoff schedule, which is not important at all for this because every week means the exact same thing, but is important for something like, BBM and classic contests. So taking a third tight end, since I already have a week 11 and a 9, I'll take Gesicki or Njoku. Do I have any other Chargers or, I love both offenses. So I'm going to take Gesicki. I had him and Freiermuth on my marathon team. This was some vibes. I had, I had Aaron Rodgers. I had Christian McCaffrey. I had T. Higgins and Pat Freiermuth and Gesicki. So like 5 of these players were on my top marathon team last year. So let's go, Jeff. I know you were in earlier when I was talking to my dad. I interviewed my dad, and then my dad and I drafted BBM, and then now we jumped in the marathon streets, which I just freaking love. I need to deposit because I need to do a lot more Frenchie marathons for sure. But let me go through our team. So I end up, let me take a sip of water really quick. I get the 5 spot. I go 3, 6, 6, 3. Caleb, Purdy, Rogers, like that. 3 different bye weeks. McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker. And then I felt like I needed 6, even double anchoring, because I want that projectable volume. I want to make sure that the running back position always has 2, ideally 3, building for the flex. So CMC, Walker, and then tacked on Chris Rodriguez, Tajay Spears, Sean Tucker, Katron Allen. I think that's a lot of guys that could have some goal line role, touchdown hunting. T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Luther Burden, Michael Pittman, obviously Evans, Burden, and Pittman stacked. Jalen Coker, Jalen McMillan for 6 receivers. I think that's a solid receiver room. Anchored by Tucker Craft and tacked on Pat Freiermuth to my Rogers stack and Mike Gesicki. So I'm a big fan of this. Nice and balanced. No real bye week issues. So those 2 things are trying to minimize having any down weeks. You don't, again, avoid doing everything you possibly can to avoid those 70 or 80 point weeks, doing everything you possibly can to make sure, on average, you're averaging 120 a week. And ideally, then you're spiking some into the 150s, 160s, 170s. Stacking good teams. Check, check, check. Chicago, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, I think is undervalued. Kansas City, you see some then Kansas City, Jacksonville, Cincinnati. Oh yeah, I got Gesicki with Higgins, stacking up good teams. Nice and balanced. And then looking for those guys that could outperform their positional rank. And I really feel like I talk about it at length about the Steelers. I think Brock Purdy, Caleb certainly could in that mid-range. I feel like every room feels strong. So I feel like I achieved everything I wanted to, and I'm really happy with this team. Obviously, I wish that Scattaboo on it or some other snipes, but can't get them all. Let's go to our other Fanspeak fan before we wrap up on this Independence Day Eve. We've been going for about 2 hours here, and but this was fun to cap it off with a marathon. Okay, Legion at the 1 spot, 3, 5, 8, 2. So Dak, Shuck, Daniel Jones, love that room. Shuck, I think, has a ton of potential to outperform. We know how much I love Dak. Daniel Jones certainly could late too. Bijan, he goes Bijan 1. I think that's fine to mix in. Achan Jr., J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Tank Bigsby. I think that's a strong running back room. George Pickens, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, Trey Tucker, Calvin Ridley, Pat Bryant, Elijah Surratt, and Kayshawn Boutte. And then Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren. Those two tight ends are more than fine to do just two tight ends. So then he threw volume at receiver, and I think that makes sense. He double anchored, has other solid projectable volume. So I think structurally it makes a ton of sense. He has a Dak stack, obviously. Shuck he has with Achan Jr. and let's see, Daniel Jones with Tyler Warren. Very, again, stacking up, in my opinion, some good offenses. Making sure you have that projectable volume at running back, watching bye weeks. I think a really, really strong build makes a ton of sense. I like it, Legion. Let's check out Hallie's team at the 4 spot, 3-5-7-3. I mean, I find that to be nice and balanced too. Hurts, Stafford, Stroud. No bye week conflict. Kyron, Bucky, JCM, Tyron Tracy, Tyler Algier. Not always my favorite clicks, but I still think you got a double anchor, which is really, really nice. Puka, Nico, Terry, Quentin Johnson, Jalen Naylor, Zachariah Branch, Darnell Mooney, and then Sam Laporta, Terrence Ferguson, David Njoku. Again, a lot of areas you can just see in the tight end room, especially, you can see where those guys could absolutely outperform their ADPs. Guys like, even a little bit later down, like Terry, that could outperform their ADPs. So very solid structure of 3-5-7-3. He's got Hurts with, you really don't need to force anything with Hurts because of his rushing ability, Stafford with Puka, and Stroud with Nico. So very nice team for Hallie. I like it nice and balanced, 3-5-7-3. We already went over mine. And then Brew Crew and Buddy Band. So Brew Crew, he did go, 4-4-9-1 because he had to go. So I am glad I did pull up Purdy because I'm wondering if he didn't have him queued up, it would have gone between me, and I had both McCaffrey and Evans. So Lamar, Drake May, Burrow, Willis, and then Jonathan Taylor, Marion Hampton, Blake Corum, Kenny Gainwell. I think he probably, if he was on the sticks the whole time, would not have just drafted 4. JT Hampton's awesome, but I think you would have wanted a 5th waiting for Corum and Gainwell, but we know he had to leave, go to work. Zay Flowers, Mekhi Lemon, Alec Pierce, Romeo Dubs, Juwan Jennings, Tesla, A.D. Mitchell, Ayuk, Tank Dell, and Sadiq. So obviously, I don't know if he had positional mins or anything like that, because I'm sure he didn't want just Sadiq. So nor Brew Crews, because obviously he couldn't work the sticks for all of it. But we appreciate him joining the draft and joining the show. Buddy Man got the 9 spot, 3-5-8-2. He's got the Cam Scattaboo, so Genty Scattaboo, absolutely love that. So he goes Mahomes, Fernando, Shador, and then Genty, Scatabo, Judkins, Ramondre, Emmett, Rashee Rice, BTJ, Michael Wilson, Concepcion, Higgins, Diggs, Jerry Jeudy, Dontavian Wicks, and then Brock Bowers and Strange. I definitely think Brock Bowers and Strange are perfectly fine. Absolutely love the triple anchor of the sophomore running backs. Running back room is super strong. I think that was good to throw 8 at the receiver position. I do worry with a guy like Rice in this format. Does he do something stupid to get suspended? But I understand the talent and everything. Quarterbacks here, I would want to be a little stronger. Maybe you believe Fernando's starting early and Shador is going to beat out, and if that's the case, then sure, mix those in. But I'm not as confident about Fernando starting early or Shador playing the whole season. So I'd be nervous about that. I'd maybe just mix in one of those archetypes if you want to go like later quarterback builds. But hey, if you're doing especially a high volume of this, like mixing up different build structures to this and doing some later quarterbacks makes sense. But I absolutely love your running back room and tight end room the most, Buddy Man. Let's see if there's any other chat. Hallie says not my favorite running back room. I still think you got 2 solid ones to start. Hallie on, let's see. Nope, that's my team. Kyron, Bucky, JC. Okay, gotcha. Yes, have a great 4th, everyone. Great stream, and Drafts Meg, and big props to Papa Shoup for coming out, doing the stream. Crazy impressive, and already making me and Coolers look bad. I mean, he and my mom both love your and Coolers comments. Absolutely loves Coolers and Mike Rob comments, and loves the chat's comments. And again, we are a family business. So when he said thank you from the bottom of his heart, he is truly thanking you guys for supporting not just his kids, but our family business. So we appreciate you guys, again, watching, liking, being subscribed to the Fanspeak Network, our Fanspeak fam who do, get these team reviews and have Sunday shows and emojis and being part of the Fanspeak fam. And then anybody subscribes to the Substack, link in the description. Any and all support is appreciated. He means that. I mean that. Devers means that. Steve means that. But this was a ton of fun. We did, did the this or that, most likely to with Willie. Is it Steve or is it Meg? There was a lot of each, which was really entertaining. Fun talking to my dad about his Steeler fandom, Washington fandom, how he got into best ball. Then drafted a BBM with my dad. That was a ton of fun, just in too damn sharp of a room with you guys. And then I just got in the Frenchie Marathon. I loved the marathon last 2 years, and I love that they're doing the Frenchie contest to still do the marathon and sprint. So that was so much fun for me. So we did it all here over, 2 hours and 15 minutes of hanging with my pops and one of my best friends in the world, drafting a BBM with dad, drafting a BBM with dad, drafting a marathon on my own, hanging with you guys on this Independence Day Eve. Everybody have a wonderful, safe holiday. I'll give you a Rudy cam before we get out of here. There's Rudy cam. He's being good, so that's a good thing. But everybody have a wonderful and safe holiday, and we will be back Sunday. I kind of like the Superflex multi-table, but Mike Rob's going to hate us for that. QBs are dodgy. I want some Bills for Fernando play. Yeah, no, and you do want to tell that story, right? I totally get that. Thanks for the stream review. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Halion. Appreciate you, Legion. Appreciate everybody in here. And again, happy 4th to all of you. Have a wonderful, safe holiday. We will be back on Sunday night for our YouTube members. So for my dad, for Rudy, who's finally sleeping, I'm Meg, and have a great 4th, and we will see you on Sunday. If you're serious about crushing best ball in 2026, the Fanspeak Best Ball Guide is built for you. Inside, you'll find breakdowns for all 32 NFL teams, including coaching notes, strengths, weaknesses, and key stats to help you understand every offense heading into draft season. We've also created player profiles for every draftable best ball player, featuring advanced metrics, MVP stats, production data, and exclusive Spike Week charts that highlight league-winning performances. Looking for rookie analysis? Steve, our rookie guru, breaks down this year's incoming rookie class so you know which rookies to prioritize. And whether you're playing season-long, eliminator, or superflex best ball formats, you'll get strategy articles designed specifically for each contest type. The goal is simple. Put all the information you need in one place so you can draft with confidence all season long. The 2026 Fanspeak Best Ball Guide is available exclusively for paid Fanspeak Degen subscribers. Check the links below to join today and unlock everything you need to attack best ball season with an edge over your competition. Fanspeak's Best Ball Guide. Draft smarter, win more, and we'll see you at the top of the leaderboards.